Hello, welcome to the greatest subsidy scam exposition between the Nnpc, Malta, and the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's family part 2. My name is Johnson Dave, and this Catalyst news agency. Please take a chill pill because this exposition will shock you. Let's take a break, I will be right back. Welcome back, I'm still your anchor Johnson Dave, and you're still in Catalyst news agency. If you haven't yet watched our previous exposition on Malta, Nnpc, and Tinubu's dealings, we recommend you going back to watch it first for better understanding. Doing so will provide you with a clearer understanding and context for the information in this video. Shell was the first oil company to enter Nigeria in 1937. It established its presence in Nigeria through Theshel Darcy Petroleum Development Company, which was a joint venture with the British government. The company started its activities in the southeastern part of Nigeria, specifically in the region around Port Harcourt. Oil was later discovered in 1956. This marked the beginning of Shell's long-term involvement in Nigeria's oil industry, which has since expanded to include significant oil and gas exploration, production, and associated activities. Since then, numerous Western oil companies have joined Shell Petroleum, including SPOT, Nigerian Ajapoil Company now owned by Tinubu, NAUC, Chevron Corporation, Total Energies, ExxonMobil, and others. What they do in Nigeria. 1. Oil exploration. Crude oil exploration is the process of searching for and identifying new sources of crude oil beneath the earth's surface. They've been doing this all across Nigeria's Niger Delta, note South Please communities, both onshore and offshore too. Oil production. After the oil has been discovered, oil production involves extracting crude oil from underground reservoirs and preparing it for refining. The process includes drilling, extraction, and processing. The processing I am referring to involves separating extracted the crude oil from other substances like gas, water, and sediment, sand, dirt, etc. 3. Oil export. The processed crude oil is then exported or shipped to their refineries, which is located in their respective countries. E.g., Chevron is a U.S. company. It has 4 refineries in thus Richmond, California, El Segundo, California, Pascagoula, Mississippi, and Salt Lake, Utah. It's important to note that the crude oil processed at these refineries is labeled as Chevron's own, not as Nigerians. 4. Refining and selling. Before refining, they sell part of the unrefined crude oil to other refineries who need it in there. Crude oil is highly valuable and is often referred to as black gold due to the vast array of products that can derive from it. One shipment of crude oil can get you gasoline, petrol, used as fuel for vehicles, diesel, used in trucks, buses, and some cars, jet fuel, used in aviation, heating oil, used for residential heating, kerosene, used as a fuel for cooking and lighting in some regions, liquefied petroleum gas LPG, used for cooking and heating, asphalt, used in road construction, lubricating oils, used to reduce friction in engines and machinery, petrochemical feedstocks, used to produce chemicals, plastics, and synthetic materials. This is how the black gold. Apart from selling to other refineries, they sell to trading companies, firms that buy and sell oil on the global market. They sell to industrial users, companies that use crude oil or its refined products in their operations, such as in manufacturing or transportation. They sell to government entities that may purchase petroleum products for strategic reserves, for use or their purposes. Nigeria is here. Nigeria is part of the government entities that buy petroleum products from them. Just imagine the mockery. They take your oil to their country and have you buy it back from them. You may ask yourself, what do Nigeria gain from allowing these Western oil companies collect our crude oil? We gain royalties, taxes, and profit-sharing arrangements associated with oil production. These financial contributions are a significant source of our national income, excluding the few crude oil sales done by Nnpc. They are also mandated to give employment and invest in infrastructure development to benefit the communities they are collecting crude oil from. Here's where Tinubu comes into the picture. Tinubu now owns 2 international oil companies operating in Nigeria. Recently, through Wando plc, he acquired Nigerian Agip Oil Company, subsidiary of the Italian multinational oil and gas company Nnpc. Before that, in 2013, he acquired ConocoPhillips, an American oil company operating in Nigeria, through Awando plc. Additionally, he purchased a refinery in Malta, further aligning himself with these companies that have been undermining Nigeria's oil sector since the Gowon era. Tinubu is now part of them, the so-called owners of Nigeria, apart from Gowon, who built our refineries in Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna. Only Sani Abacha, Jonathan, and Nigeria's founding fathers truly supported refining Nigeria's oil in Nigeria. Abacha is no saint. Despite facing severe sponsored media attacks and sanctions, which included oil sales continued to sell Nigeria oil through proxies due to these restrictions, which allowed him to maintain government functions and contracts despite the harsh economic conditions. The West hated him so much for not giving out Nigeria's resources freely, was labeled a tyrant by the media after Abacha's death. Attempts were made to divert the Nigeria funds he operated in international banks due to the sanctions, but whistleblowers exposed these efforts. This led to the so-called loot recoveries by Eastern media. These were actually funds from Nigeria's oil sales during Abacha's time, stored in proxy, not stolen money. They also sponsored a PC election campaign against Jage, who was kicking against some of these operations. Allowing Dangote Refinery to operate could collapse many Western countries by disrupting their control over our oil. It would weaken the economic chains that perpetuate modern slavery in Nigeria and Africa. It will drive local exploration and potentially revive existing refineries. This will reduce the influence of foreign interests in Nigeria and make the world come to Nigeria to buy oil with Nigeria roadmap to a world superpower. Money is no joke, but the most important person in the country has joined them to sabotage the refinery because of greed. Thanks for your time invested in this video. Don't forget to share this exposition for others to hear and know the deepest secrets of Nigeria subsidy scam. For Nigeria to work, all hands should be on desk. Please follow us for more news and expositions. Subscribe to our channel. My name still remains Johnson Dave, and this is Catalyst News Agency. Thanks for watching. See you in our next darkest exposition.